Color mode was designed to enable you to work fast. To show how this works, I'm actually going to open up the clip grid to be a little wider. I'm going to put it into grid mode because I want to see every single clip. If we go back and look at the operations adjustment area, every sequence starts out with an adjust operation applied to every single clip and a sequence style applied at the sequence level. Now, these different grading levels are key to working quickly with color mode. So for example, I can select the sequence style, choose a preset. Maybe I want this cinematic low-con look. Click done. At this point, I want to probably customize this a little bit. So I'm going to click onto contrast kit and I'm going to roll back the pivot because I like the faded look, but I just didn't want this to look all that dark. So having made this adjustment, I can see that this look has been applied to the entire sequence. If I toggle mute on and off, you can see how the entire sequence is affected. This is stage one, and maybe at this point I could just go ahead and render my output, deliver it, and be done, but maybe I want to work a little bit harder. So this takes us to step two, divide and conquer. This project is divided into a few different scenes. So I've got this behind the scenes scene that I want to work on, and maybe I want this to have a slightly different look. So when I select all of these clips that I want to group together, I get a selection box in the operations area. So I'll click on plus and add an adjustment because what I want to do is pretty simple. I just want to cool this whole scene down. So I pull temperature down, and just like that, I've cooled every selected clip in that scene. And by the way, the selection doesn't matter. Once I've created a group like this, all I have to do is select the group adjustment, and any change I make, in this case I'm going to mute it off and on, impacts the entire group. By the way, I noticed there's a clip here that got left out of the group accidentally. I can include it in the group by just dragging that grouped adjustment onto that clip, and just like that, the clip is now part of the group. If I wanted to remove this clip from the group, all I'd have to do is select that clip, right-click on the grouped adjustment, and choose Remove Selected Clip from this operation. But I'm going to undo that because I actually like that. So at this point, I could be done, but maybe I want to go farther, and I'll create another group with these clips right here, this product shot scene. So again, I have my selection box. I'm going to add an adjustment. And for this scene, I'm actually going to use my regular color and contrast global control. So I'm going to push that localized contrast out a little bit. And now I'm going to add a zone. And within that zone, I'm going to pull those highlights back in, because I want to retrieve that cloud detail. So I've added a little bit more contrast just to this scene. And at this point, now the name of the game is for me to go around and see if there are any individual clips that I need to tweak. If I look around, really this clip has a lot of flaring in it. It's a little overexposed. So this is a candidate for me to use the clip adjustment. Now, even though this clip is part of a group, and of course it's part of the sequence, and it has these batch adjustments applied to it, if I select the clip adjustment, this is just going to make tweaks to this one clip. So this is great if I want to match this clip to other things or take care of individual issues. So for this particular clip, what I want to do is drop the exposure. Give it a little more solidity, and actually once it's down there, I'm going to up the contrast just a little bit so it's more competitive. And if I want to compare this to neighboring shots, I can command click a neighboring shot and turn on my comparison view. Now, of course, the first comparison I get is probably the worst comparison I could want, but if I hover over the monitor, I can click swap sides, and now I've got a perfect comparison. And at this point, if I click into any of these controls, the heads-up display is actually showing me a really nice split screen of what's going on. And the contrast is pretty good, but I'm finding I probably want to up the exposure just a little bit. And now I have a really good match. This done, I can turn clip comparison off, and in this way, I can go to any clip in this sequence and select ones that have some problem that needs to be fixed or that stick out in some way and make individual adjustments to them. The last thing I'll show you, this particular clip, maybe I want to make this director stand out in the frame a little bit. This is another use of clip operations. So in this case, I'm going to add an additional adjustment. I'm going to use the masking tools, the new object mask. I'm going to hover over the director, click once, approve where I want that data to be stored. And now that I have this director masked, all I have to do is right-click on the mask itself, or I can right-click on the mask icon that's now attached to the operation, and I can choose Track Mask. And just like that, the Effect Controls panel opens up to perform the track. I'm going to push that off to the side. And I'm going to switch the monitor to clip playback mode because I just want to see this one click. That's scrubbing pretty good. I'm going to add some more contrast just to him to make him stand out a little bit. Actually, you know what? I might warm him up just a little bit selectively. So it's just that easy to create a masked adjustment in color mode. So that's the basic idea. Color mode using the sequence adjustments and grouped adjustments and clipped adjustments combined in one compact, easy to manage area enables you to divide and conquer all of the color tasks that are required to make your sequence the best it's going to look.